Okay, this is going to be my last update for a while, seeing as I'm now back at work for 9 days, and also I am pretty sick. But, just to sort of bring you up to speed of where I am, the base is now finished. I've drilled the holes for the power switch at the top and the recharge port at the bottom, and a few holes underneath for the RAM chip, just to let it cool, like it'll suck air through there. So that's finished. I'm currently working on the bezel for the screen. It fits in at the moment, but I've just got to square off the inside. It's basically just cut pretty crudely at the minute, but I've got a line in there marking where it just needs to go, and I just need to sand it back to the line, make it nice and square. That fits inside here. So here's the screen mounted in what is the lid, and essentially it will go on like that and then flip up like so. It is pretty heavy, so I'm gonna have to work some on the hinges, but at the moment, oh, and also inside here is just a thin piece of plastic acrylic which fits across the top, so it won't actually be open on the inside. It'll have a flat piece on the top with some holes drilled in for the heat. The bezel will fit inside here, and then we'll all fit together nicely like that. It's all measured up, it's all cut, and then as far as paint goes, I bought some small like tubs of paint from just the pound shop, and a tube of car paint, like high gloss car paint, so that the paint job, when finally finished, will look like this. So what I did was I splattered, well, first of all I mixed 2 parts cherry red with 1 part crimson to get the right kind of sort of blood finish, which you can't really tell on this screen, but it is like a deep red, blood red. Splattered that across the open acrylic, and then, because this is all done from the back, so splat, 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 and then sprayed just 1 coat of that high gloss white car paint, so that when you come from the front, you could scratch this all you want and you will not scratch the paintwork off. Essentially it was inspired by a guitarist called Gary Holt. He plays for Exodus, and he's currently playing for Focus. There we go. He's currently playing for Slayer. So he's got this white flying V with blood splats on it, and I wanted that because it looks amazing. So like I say, I mixed up the blood, splattered it around, flicked the brush to get some little sort of more splats, and then just sprayed 1 layer of that high gloss car paint. It's nothing special, but it looks pretty badass. So I'm gonna splat that all across the inside, give it 1 quick spray. Then it doesn't matter what you do to the outside, it won't make a blind bit of difference because the paint will be on the inside. So I'm gonna do that there, spray the bezel white. I might even put some splats on the bezel, I'm not sure. Put that inside here. It already fits in, you can just push it in. So all I've got to do is glue it, and then hinge, and then sit on like that. You can tell it's just blue tacked in the moment, but that'll be it. I mean, the final piece is actually kind of small, with a recharge port. Everything fits at the back, and then that's it. It's done. So some of the edges, some of the lines might be like 1/2 millimeter out, and you can see, like I've tried on that corner, you can see I'm trying to focus. No, okay, fair enough. I'm trying to get sort of like the Nintendo DS, 3DS kind of edging on the side, so it's nice and rounded. There are no sharp edges on it, but it's just a case of, you know, it might be 1/2 millimeter out here, 1/2 millimeter out there, not a lot. And considering that Nintendo have computer controlled machinery to do all of their things, and I'm using hand tools from the pound shop, and this was a pound, this was a pound, like it's all from the pound shop. I think I've done pretty well, considering the idea was to make it as cheap as possible with the cheapest components possible. Even the components in here that I bought, like this was a Chinese knockoff, this was from China, this was from China, like, you know what I mean? I've only got 2 specifically made parts that's this soundboard here and this power boost here. Everything else, I mean, even the thing that I've soldered to the power boost was a knockoff from China. So all of this stuff is like Chinese bootlegs. The acrylic was like £3.50. Everything was like super cheap. Like the most expensive thing I bought as far as like the hand tools were a number of blades for the coping saw, and that was like £3.50, £4, something like that. So I'm doing it all pretty cheap. But yeah, I'm back to work for 9 days, so hopefully when I get back I'll finish this bezel off, glue it in, and then paint the thing and it'll be done. I'm literally just about finished. There's not much more that needs to be done. So yeah, hopefully soon. Alright, peace.